Buds and Buttons. I'm Vicky, this is Cat Mum Crafts, and this is Make Along Monday. So, where did I put my notebook? I am organised, really. Ah, there we go. Right. Now I just need to find the right page. Hey! So... Boggy Creek Squares. Which bag is that in? This one. Sorry, I brought everything up this morning. And it's now mid-afternoon. Boggy Creek Squares for Lynn-Ann at Nina's Next Knots. Hello, Tyler. I've got 8 and a really big bit. Lynn-Ann wants 20, so I'm halfway there. Now, by the time this video comes out, I'll have finished my 10th. So then I'm doing 5 more in March and 5 more in April. The only reason I've not got 10 done is because I've got that much yarn left and another... round and a bit to go, and I'm not going to make it, and my yarn was already upstairs. So I've got 8 in Sesame Street, Lion Brand, One Hat Wonder, Super Grover, which they'll kind of look similar to that. I finished the teeny tiny bit of Super Grover off there, and this has gone into Elmo. And then, so the next 5 or 6 maybe are going to be in Elmo. And then I think I might have to dive into Abby Cadabby. But they're all made out of the same yarn, and it is deliciously squish-tastic. So they can go back in there to go back downstairs. My movie marquee, I've done 15 of the neutral squares and dyed and made up 2, because it's February, of the coloured squares. Now the draw for this month was the gorgeous Miss Bella. Heather, the Crochet Witch, and Samantha are also tagged. But Bella picked Down With Love, a picture of which will cover Matilda. Not Matilda. Matilda's the car. Millicent. No, not at the moment time. And that is this month's square. Isn't that obnoxiously bright? I love it. So this is what we're like so far. This is Rock of Ages, Down With Love. Marches is going to go here. Then a line of neutrals, and then we start with Aprils. And I think I've got this the wrong way around. Yes, because that's where my little stitch marker is. So I'm going to do another 15 squares, neutral ones, this month, and get as many as I can joined. Maybe not continuous joined, because that's, you know, too rational. But where I can continuous join, or when I need to, where I can continuous join, I am doing. And then where I need to, I'll just sew it on, basically. I'm not that bothered. Now, I'm not going to be doing this technique again next year because the background work is massive, and this idiot didn't think that through. when I was like, yeah, let's have pops of colour, one for each month, surrounded by neutral squares. I did not work out the maths that I would need to make 51 neutral squares. Not a concept that worked for me. Normally I'm so good at maths, but never mind. We move. So next year I'm going to be doing something that makes my brain hurt a bit less. So, after that we've got my temperature blanket. I've done 4.5 weeks. So, my little llama dude, I don't know if you can see him. Oh, that's because he was folded up. My little llama dude was where you saw him last. So I'm just going to pop him up in this row. If I can. Come on, behave. You know you want to. There we go. So by a quick rundown, and I made a little temperature board out of a paint thing, whatever you call this, like paper but fat. What do you call it? Screen thing. And a permanent marker and just my yarn. Held on loosely with some sticky bits. Very loosely. So, the first week in January, it was an average of between 1 and 5 degrees at low and 6 and 10 at high. Then the second half of that week, we had somewhere between 1 and 5 for both lows and highs. And the same with the beginning half of the week after. The second half of the week after, it was really cold. So we had lows of minus. These are in half weeks, so if I keep saying weeks, I'm not saying weeks. I don't mean weeks, I mean half weeks. Just because I'll lose track of where I am. So below 0, 0 to 1 as a high, below 0, 0 to 1 as a high. And then we had 0 to 1 as a low, 0 to 1, 0 to 5, and 6 to 10 as a high. Then we had 6 to 10 as a low and 10 to 15 as a high. Back to 1 to 5 as a low and 6 to 10 as a high. And I've got my 2 dividing stripes, my 2 rows dividing stripes. And then we're back to 1 to 5 as a low and 6 to 10 as a high. Now having a quick look at the weekend, because I'm filming this on the Friday as you're seeing it on the Monday. It looks like it's going to be another repeat of the pale blue and the mid blue. For the averages. So that's my temperature blanket. And I'm getting tangled up. And then finally, the Year of the Impkin with Sam McManfors Makes and Obsessive Crochet Lady Amanda. Ah, yarn spillage. My Impkin little dude is nearly done. I've got the underside of the hat. The top side of the hat, which is where the yarn spillages come from. Oh Lord, this is what happens when you get to the end of a thing. This is going to have to be balled up when I've done, but for now I'll just weave it back on. He will be done by the end of the month, along with the one that Thing One wants, because Thing One decided he wanted one. So yeah, oh, and this is my little dude, complete with his scarf. Isn't he adorable? I'm using chunky yarn and a 4.5mm crochet hook. And look at him with his little Dobby hat on. Oh, you could do it like that. I like that. Isn't he sweet? So all that's left to do with him is sew his hat onto his head, finish his pointy bit, and attach it. But you'll see all that happen in a separate video. But I'm not making that for make-along purposes, apparently I've written. But Thing One's is also nearly complete. So, I will see you tomorrow for a Take 5 Tuesday. There we go, that's the one. So, with that in mind, look after yourselves, please, because if you don't look after yourselves, you can't look after anybody else. In the immortal words of Bill and Ted, be excellent to one another. And also, I would miss you if you weren't here as a follow-up to looking after yourselves. I am so tired today. I need another cuppa. Ah, yes. And as ever, love you 9000. Bye.